the last episode, number 6, I came out of the tunnel to Siglufjörður and started to see the town. Siglufjörður is a nice town, surrounded by high mountains. There are many old renovated houses there, some museums, for example a herring museum, as Siglufjörður was a well-known herring town back in the days. I decided to stop and get a coffee there. There are some colorful houses there, and nice coffee with a view. The first leg of my ride from Siglufjörður is to Sauðárkrókur with a short ride through Hofsós. After a good cup of coffee, it's time for me to ride on. I still have a long way to go to Reykjavík. As I get closer to the edge of town, I ride past the swimming pool in the building on the right. And soon there are not so many houses around. Shortly after leaving Siglufjörður, there is a tunnel, Strákagöng. It opened in 1967, so they are not very modern. Single lane with a few stops along the way. They are only 793 meters long, so it's not so bad, especially when there's little traffic like now. After those 793 meters, I get out on the other side, and what a view! I just have to stop to enjoy the view. The view is wonderful from there. You can see the tunnel where I came out and Siglufjörður fjord. This is S2-E7. There is a lighthouse there and people live there, I believe. There are lots of fisheries in Siglufjörður. This one is sailing home. I move on. This was refreshing. I love it. This is the road to S2-E7. But look at the road ahead. There are some valleys into the land on this stretch. This one is called Ingidalur, I think. There's a group of bikers coming from the other direction, mostly adventure bikes. They are maybe going to some highland roads. And now we have gravel road. Not so exciting, or maybe very exciting on a place like this. The truth is that the road sinks especially in heavy rain, and it can sink up to 10 to 15 centimeters a day at times. This happens where the gravel bits are. It's not only the roads that are dangerous. Beware of the tourists, often in white Dacia Dusters. They can be very dangerous, stopping in the middle of the road because the sheep are so cute or something. In Iceland we are careful. We honk at the sheep and continue our trip. And the gravel bits go on. This is how to do it. Slow down, honk at the sheep, and drive carefully past them. This flock was actually not sheep, but goats. This is so fantastic. Great weather, fantastic views. And ahead we are starting to see Miklavatn, great lake. I'm coming into Fljót now. Beautiful, right? Riding past Ketilás in Fljót, there is a shop there and petrol. Fljót is an area in Iceland with some of the heaviest snow, but it doesn't show today in this fantastic weather. And a bit further, Fljótaá river is really full of water, almost flooding the road. I'm still in Fljót, now crossing the river Flókadalsá. I'm really far north in Iceland now, and the ride is fantastic. I have turned and I'm heading south now. My final destination is on the southwest coast of Iceland, so it's about time to turn. Here I am passing the lake Sléttuhlíðarvatn. Then I start seeing Skagafjörður fjord and Þórðarhöfði ahead. There we see the islands of Skagafjörður. Mómey to the right, Drangey further away in the middle, and Þórðarhöfði, which is not an island, but looks like it on the left. I decide to stop there, with a view of the islands, relax a bit in the nice weather. Here are the islands of Skagafjörður again. And a beach view to the north, where I came from. And the nice beach in front of where I parked, but the water is a bit too cold to pleasantly bathe in. After a good rest, I ride on. I'm getting hungry, so I plan to ride to Sauðárkrókur for some lunch. This is Hofsá river. I have fished there once, then it was clear and nice. Now it's like a glacial river. I'm turning to Hofsós now. I ride into Hofsós and straight down to the old part of town. The island Drangey is in the distance. There are some nice old houses there. There's a cafe there as well. And the black houses are a museum, the emigration center, about people that emigrated from Iceland to North America between 1850 and 1914. On the way back and out of town, I passed the local swimming pool, which is fairly new, with fantastic views, similar to what you can see there behind me. Hofsós is behind me, and I head for Sauðárkrókur without further stops. Beware, police. I passed the Transportation Museum in Stóragerði, and these are real police cars, but not in service anymore. And I can ride on without getting a speeding ticket. Not that I was speeding at all. It's great to ride through the countryside in this nice weather. This is my turn towards Sauðárkrókur. Quite a big river Héraðsvötn. And the bridge is a single lane. Fortunately, there is not crazy winds like in previous episodes. And finally, after riding for a while, Sauðárkrókur is in sight. Some big rivers there in Siglufjörður. This is the western branch of Héraðsvötn. I crossed the eastern branch earlier. I have reached Sauðárkrókur. I want to grab a quick bite before moving on, so I head to the petrol station where I know they have some fast food. Sometimes when I'm riding my bike, I feel like I'm invisible, like this driver doesn't seem to see me. I really have to emergency brake not to hit him. And guess what? He does it again. With full stomach, I leave Sauðárkrókur. Hopefully I will be visible to other drivers for the rest of the ride. On the way out of Sauðárkrókur, I ride through the downtown with some nice older houses, hotel, bakery, and so on. And in the harbor down there is a lot of activity, trawlers and things. The next leg is riding over Þverárfjall to Blönduós. Now I ride out of Sauðárkrókur and say goodbye. This is the road to Tindastóll, the local skiing area. No snow now, so I move on. It's possible to take the road to the right to go further north, but it's a gravel road and I'm not going there this time, not on this bike. Now I'm riding up Þverárfjall towards the top. Þverárfjall is not the highest of mountain roads, only about 330 meters over sea level, so there's nothing much dramatic here. I have reached the top, and now it's down the other side, the west side. On the way down, I get a view over Norðurárdalur, the valley I will follow almost down to the sea before turning southwards again. I'm down in the valley now. And this is a nice looking deserted farmhouse there. Again, I'm almost invisible, pretty closely overtaken there. I'm down from the mountain, riding a newish road, a bit boring straight. Now I have reached the ring road number 1 again, close to Blönduós. Here I cross the river Blanda in Blönduós before going to the petrol station to fill up. After filling up, I start the last leg of the ride home to Reykjavík, leave Blönduós and head south. The last leg on this ride is from Blönduós, the ring road, road number 1, all the way to Reykjavík. I ride past Laxá, one of the best salmon rivers in Iceland. Some beautiful countryside. Those bikers might be going to Kjalvegur or coming from there, but the road on the left can lead up to there. How beautiful is this? Riding over my favorite river, Vatnsdalsá. It's obviously camping season in Iceland. I take a short detour to a small village called Laugarbakki. I just stop there very briefly just to clean the lens of the camera. I leave Laugarbakki and onto the ring road again. I ride past the school buildings in Reykjavík in Siglufjörður, down by the sea. It's late afternoon and the shadows are getting longer. I ride along the river Siglufjörður and past the old house at Brú before heading to the mountain road at Holtavörðuheiði. As I get higher up Holtavörðuheiði, I can see the big Langjökull glacier and also the smaller Eiríksjökull glacier. Riding down the other side, I ride along the river Norðurá and ahead I can see the peak of Mount Böla. I'm now down from the mountain road and into the valley Norðurárdalur. Now it's not so far to go. A short stop in Borgarnes to stretch my limbs before the last leg to Reykjavík. And before long, I'm home again. This was a long but a really good riding day. In the next episode, we get our share of police cars, we ride a beautiful mountain pass, and we see the glacier Snæfellsjökull.